Hey everybody, I'm Alex.
Hi.
So you have questions? All right, let's start here and let's go around. If you don't have a question, that's fine.
How many girls work at
We have a lot. We have one woman engineer though. I think we got one more in Knoxville actually. I haven't been there in a while, but we've only got one woman engineer, which is not enough. You have a question?
No.
No?
So if we were to get more women engineers, how many, what's the span of time to get like at least like maybe 10 more?
Oh, no time at all. Very, they're,
I had nothing to do.
I know. We've tried to hire other women engineers. They turned us down because they weren't, I don't know, we're too fun for them, I guess. Sometimes. I don't know. But they didn't want to move. I know we had a few people who applied who didn't live here. They got the job, they found a job back closer to home and they wanted to stay.
So I was asked, what is like the qualifications needed to become a part of like the field of computer science?
Computer science, so you generally get a computer science degree, which is kind of very similar to an electrical engineering degree.
But you mean like for someone that would work there?
Yeah.
Okay, so for someone that would, let's say one of your engineers.
Okay, so you would get like a computer science engineering degree, which is very similar to electrical engineering now. They kind of like merged because you don't put wires anywhere that's not getting computer code. It's not just power. So generally you get that kind of degree. Now with a company like us, we do a lot of work with electric vehicle systems. We do a lot of stuff like autonomous vehicle systems. So if that's something you want to do when you go to college, all colleges now they offer teams like the SAE formula team. So the Rally Fighter, the really cool, scary looking car that I have during the presentation, right? A lot of the people that helped design that were on one of those formula teams. So they do Formula SAE and they build off-road buggies. And now that we're doing a whole lot of electrical vehicles, we're getting a whole lot of people who are applying who are on the Formula EV teams where they built electrical vehicles, which my old school, Mississippi State, we always win. We win all the competitions for electrical vehicles. So we're getting a lot of those type of people with experience with those kind of things while they're in college. So it's not only going to college, it's also participating in the teams. All right, let's backtrack. You have one?
No,
No?
I'll just wait for you guys to
Okay.
go around. So like you said you like designing stuff, so except that, what are your like hobbies?
I like yell at kids. I'm a hockey referee, so I yell at kids and I put them, in mini jail, penalty box.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what that box is for.
Yeah, that's right. When you're in trouble, I send you there.
Oh.
Ella, do you have a word?
When you're like 3D printing the cars, is there like, you don't 3D print the motor, right? Like
No.
That's like the metal.
So we 3D print like the metal stuff. We 3D print that, and the really cool thing about that is it's plastic, which means it's recyclable. So what we want to do is we want to go, it's called cradle to cradle manufacturing. Right now they do cradle to grade, which means you go buy a car brand new, that's a cradle, right? That's like when it was first born, or a baby was sitting in a cradle. And then when the car is not, it goes to a grade. It goes to, called a car graveyard. And it just sits there, taking up space, leaking nasty stuff, right? So we want to do cradle to cradle. So the idea is when you buy, let's say, a 2016 car, you buy the 2016 local motor Stratty. And then 2020 comes around, you're like, I'm ready for an upgrade, I want to go get a new car. We'll bring it back to local motors, and that plastic we can melt down, and we can use that to make your next car. So it's cradle to cradle, there is no grade. So we're not making any waste. So that's kind of what we want to do. No?
Okay,
All right,
do you
front
have a
row.
question?
No.
No?
Kendall? This is a first. Sophia, do you have any questions?
I want in the back, the teacher.
Sophia, do you have a question?
Okay, so you said you are focusing mostly on electrical engines.
Yes.
Do you also do standard engines, and does your company actually design the
So
engine?
when it comes to engines and powertrains, we take the approach to we design what we can design better, and we buy what we can buy better.
Okay.
So there was even one motor, one electric motor we started using, and we liked it so much that we just bought the motor. And I don't mean the motor, I mean like the IP for the motor. And we said, okay, great, this isn't part of your company anymore. We want that, basically subservice, and we just took it down with us. But if that wasn't for sale, we just would have forced that. So the Rally Fighter, that's just a GM L3 motor. I mean, it's the same thing that comes from your Camaros and Corvettes.
So do you have a lot of customers that come to you because with the plastic, isn't it more aerodynamic, so therefore quicker
No,
if
so I
you
mean,
want a
you
quicker
can,
car?
when it comes to the plastic and like aerodynamics, there's a finish that goes onto it. So when we when we print it, it's all, it's layers, and it's kind of like your fingers. Like sometimes it's not the smoothest thing. So we have this gigantic thermal, which is a 5-axis machine that smooths it all out. And then there's body work that goes into it. Sometimes it's even literally bondo. And then we finish it. You can paint it, you can vinyl wrap it, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to build gigantic, super heavy steel molds to press anything. We can 3D print those molds.
So are your customers generally in it for more recreational than?
We don't have customers with 3D print car yet. We want to, but we're looking, before we can do anything, getting things highway certified is probably more difficult than getting things airworthy certified. So we're dealing a lot with like the National Highway Association, and we're starting road and crash testing with our first 3D printed crash-worthy structure here, hopefully by the end of the year.
Oh, wow.
So let's finish this. Any more over here right in front of me?
Jane, do you want to, no? Okay, who's she?
No? All right, start over again.
So, where is your office located? Like, where do you work?
I work in Chandler. You know, like Chandler, like I-10, like we're going down to Tucson. So right after, if you're on the 202 and then you head towards Tucson on I-10, if you look to the right, you'll see a big casino. If you look to the left, you'll see my big office. It says local motors on the side of the building. That's where I sit. I'm actually right inside one of like the 4 windows we have. And actually, if you look really close, you'll see a 3D printed Saturn V rocket that I built.
Oh, I saw that. Oh.
That's mine. I made that.
Do you 3D print the engine of the car?
No.
No, that's what they were just talking.
No, we just 3D print the body. All right, one in the back of the camera.
What would be the best advice you would give to these, because or a year-long computer science club, these girls are kind of changing everything. What would be your best advice, like, if you could look back at yourself as a middle school kid?
Okay, so middle school, I would say, and I might get stuff thrown at you guys, have stuff to throw at me too. Math. Yeah. So my dad is an engineer. My mom's a math teacher, so I kind of didn't have a choice. I like math.
These girls are good at math.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm the youngest of 2, and my other brother wasn't a math guy, so I was like my parents' last hope. If I wasn't a math guy, they would have thrown me in the lake. All right, one more.
Okay, so do you need a bachelor's or master's degree in the computer engineering or the electrical engineering? Or
I
does
don't
it
know.
matter?
I have a bachelor's in aerospace engineering, and I don't know anything about electrical or computer science. I plug my toaster into the wall, and the toast gets hot. I don't know. There's a mouse on a wheel somewhere. No, advanced degrees are good. I don't have one. I started getting one, and then life got busy. They're good to have. You don't need one. So, all right, one more in the back.
This one, yeah.
Yeah. Will you be doing the drone challenge, the drone 3D printed? Are you going to 3D print that?
So we're going to 3D print a model of it, and actually there's a subsidiary of Airbus called AP Works, and they actually do some pretty wild 3D printing stuff. They do topology optimization. Anybody know what topology optimization means?
No.
Anybody know what topology means?
Nope.
Anybody know what optimization means?
No. Sort of.
Okay, so optimization means like you make it the best it can be. Topology means surfacing kind of thing. So when I say topology optimization is I'm going to say, I want you to 3D print that pen, and all I care about is the structure of that pen. I just want the pen to look like a pen. I don't care what's inside. So what they'll do is they'll use topology optimization tools. Oh, and I'll even tell them, someone is going to push down, we're going to put a 5-pound weight right there. So what they'll do is they'll be able to take this shape, and they'll say that we need a support structure inside that pen that can withstand 5 pounds. And they will make it so it can withstand exactly 5 pounds. 5.1 pounds, nope, it'll break. But 5 pounds, it's optimized for that. So these guys are awesome. They've 3D printed a motorcycle that I got to sit on. They wouldn't let me ride it. They told me the battery was dead.
Sure.
They wouldn't let me ride it. So those guys do awesome stuff, and they're actually right on Airbus campus. So they're going to 3D print a half-scale version of the Zeller, the winning design, which is awesome because we can ship everything to Airbus, and they're literally right down the road. Like they're on campus. So
Oh, wow.
it saves us on shipping costs.
We totally appreciate your time.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I hope you guys like
Guys.
All right.
What do you guys